Hey, how's it going? It's Martin. So today I want to talk a little bit about lighting for photography and how to get good lighting for yourself. Regardless of what kind of camera you're using, that literally does not matter at all when it comes to photography. The most important thing is what the lighting is like. You can use an iPhone camera or any cell phone camera. You could use one of those little point and shoots. You could use a huge DSLR, with a fancy lens on it. All of that stuff doesn't really matter at all if you don't have good lighting. Pretty much any camera, the lens will get you certain effects for the photo and make the image look a certain way, but the lighting is what's going to determine how people kind of perceive the image. And especially if you're doing pictures of people, you need to make sure that the lighting is good. Now, what do I mean by good lighting? Well, in general, for people, you want the lighting coming from in front. So you see right now how there's light that comes into my face versus if the lights weren't coming from straight forward and they were coming from up above, like say that we were outside and we were shooting and it was kind of a cloudy day, what's going to happen is, especially on cloudy days, you're going to get this dark shadows under your eyes, you're going to get darkness under the nose, under the jaw. The jaw can look good for some people, especially if they have a little bit more weight here. But the problem is that the eyes start to look dark as well, and you don't want that because when the eyes are dark, it's much harder to see the person and feel like you're really connected to them, and it just looks less professional. So sometimes, a lot of photographers actually think that shooting on an overcast day is better than shooting on a sunny day. The reason being that sun can cause harsh shadows. And that is true. Let's say you're taking pictures of a landscape. You don't really want super harsh shadows all over the landscape. Instead, you want it to kind of be even and smooth and then be able to play with tones and do stuff like editing later on to the picture in Photoshop and make the sky a richer color or whatever. But if you're shooting pictures of people, the problem with people photography is that when you're shooting on an overcast day, like I said, it creates that darkness under the eyes. Now, on a sunny day, if you're shooting pictures of people and they're in direct sunlight, meaning the sun is hitting them directly, that's going to be a problem. That's going to cause really, really harsh shadows and it's not going to look good at all. On the other hand, if you position someone where, let's say the sun is hitting a building right nearby, and then you have the subject standing kind of a little bit away from the building, but where the building is behind you. Let's say I'm taking the picture, right? And the sun is hitting this white wall behind me. That would create a big soft light because it's reflecting all the light. And then the subject is here looking towards me and the light looks amazing on their face because there's this big, big soft lighting thing that's hitting them. So that's how you can get really nice lighting effects when you're shooting in sunlight. Just try to position the person, if they are in direct sunlight, position them so the sun is behind them, so it's kind of falling across their shoulders and their hair, and that there's a big building or some sort of bright object behind you as the photographer that's a very soft, large size, and the larger it is, the softer the light is going to be that goes onto the person's face. Now, to get back to simplifying it down to like iPhones and other types of cameras that you're going to use, one of the best and easiest ways to get a good picture is to just simply position a person either near a window with the window light falling on their face or underneath something when you're outside. If you're underneath something, like if you're in the city and you're underneath scaffolding or you're underneath a building, basically what you're trying to do is get rid of the light that's coming from the sky directly down onto the subject's face. So get away from that, position them underneath something so there's no light hitting them from above and all the light is coming from in front, and then you've got really, really nice lighting. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, please subscribe. I'm definitely going to be doing a big series of videos now on all different aspects related to photography, how to take pictures with your phone, and really simple, quick guides that will really hopefully take your photography and allow you to take your own portraits or pictures of friends and even yourself for your LinkedIn page and all of that. Okay? So as always, live with purpose.